But that's alright. Oh. Okay, there we go. I was like, oh no, it didn't plug. But okay, welcome to the Kingdom Hearts panel. Yay! I know, it's awesome stuff, right? Sorry I was late. Had to put contacts in Axel's eyes because he was having eye problems. But okay, if anybody can somebody at least kind of see this?
Yeah.
Yep, kind of see it. Not really much, but yeah, Kingdom Hearts panel. Hey, welcome to the Kingdom Hearts panel.
Good morning, Izumicon. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, can you guys close the doors?
How many of you know what the game Go is?
Oh God.
I have no idea. I know the game Kingdom Hearts is, but
What's Go?
Go is a board game. It's really cool. It involves.
Yay, doors are closed. Okay, like I
Black
said,
and
welcome to the
white
Kingdom Hearts channel.
marbles.
I'm AJ/Sora/God/ whatever everybody calls me. Yep, amazing. And this is my random helper of the day, Jasmine. Woohoo! She's just that person. Oh, she's supporting Disney! Woohoo! Yeah, oh look at it, you have a reason. Okay. Like I said, let's get this started. So everybody knows Kingdom Hearts. Who's all the way up to date with all the random Kingdom Hearts stuff? Raise your hand. Dude, now who's just kind of plays one, two, few games? It's like, I love this game, but I can't get all the games.
Oh, I have all of them.
Woohoo! Alright, and who's just utterly confused about the whole story thing in general? Yep, there we go. Alright, well this will pretty much be explained to you in the best way possible about this lovely story of Kingdom Hearts. Well, as we all know, Sora would be considered the main character. And these are pretty much all the people. What?
Roxas is in my mind.
Roxas does not matter! No, Roxas doesn't exist.
You are trapped inside my mind.
Well, I do like Disney McCartney.
Roxas is your inner child.
I thought Roxas was like my inner emo angstiness moment.
Roxas is
Two
your inner
hands.
Jesse
No
McCartney.
hole. He's just. It keeps coming out and I can't put it back in. Okay, let's try to work with this. Alright, as you know, Sora, also main character, the lovely game for the most part and everything. Awesomely cool. And then those are like all Sora. Baby Sora. Maybe I can turn this way. Actually, do you want to like stick your hand like right there so then I won't stand in front of it? Click it when I say click it. Alright, using loud voice. Woohoo!
Yay!
I know, right? Much better. Stop using technology. Yeah, it's also math. But anyway, so as we all know, Sora's the main character. The and only main character. The only important character.
Oh, no. Riku is just as important.
Hey! I'm also a main character.
What happened? I can't start Bill. Mickey. Wait, he's not the main character.
Riku!
Yeah, go ahead. And of course, there's Riku, the lovely, awesome little girl on your face.
You have the Riku in the pink.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Hey!
Oh, it's your time.
I resemble that remark.
What? Was the drool on your face also drop dead sexy Riku? Yeah?
Yes.
She didn't let me finish. She just said something weird. Okay. I know. I was like messing with this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't really care for categories.
There's like a really tiny picture of her.
There's like this really itty bitty picture of her, I think by herself.
Yeah. Redheaded chick, Princess of Heart. Nobody cared.
Nobody I mean, she's an okay character. I mean, she does have her role in what's that game, online game called Dead Fantasy, which I thought was actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, but that's fan made, so.
I know, but it was actually kind of interesting. I was just like, ooh.
She turned it down.
What?
I was like, everything useful is impossible.
I mean,
Lies.
she's gonna keep playing. She's like, oh, I'm ready to fight too. Oh, crap! It's like me playing like sword fight. I'm like, okay, let's go. They're like this. I'm like, oh shit! They're attacking you! They're like, it's foam. It's not gonna kill you. And I'm like, sorry, I have life and death situations every day. Foam is just a new one. Just a new one I have to worry about. Oh yeah, I'll tell you to click it. And of course, as you guys all know, it's all a crossover with Disney. So there's Square Enix and Disney. So
There's
crossover,
Disney.
You have like Disney characters. Stitch!
king with you.
Oh, I wonder if I took that bleach thing off. Probably not. There's like random bleach in there.
Just bypass it.
Let's see. Bleach! Okay, yeah, that was supposed to be for like the Final Fantasy characters. That, oh, that wasn't fun. What the hell was that?
Wait, why was that even? Never mind.
You don't even have
Keep going, keep going.
There's also, Final Fantasy characters into the lovely game, like Cloud and
Sadly, Tifa isn't it?
yeah, Tifa, BB. I like BB because it's just like, I'm BB! Just kind of there.
You can't forget Sid.
I can't. I forgot. Oh, and the Moogles. Moogles are Final Fantasy too. But okay, let's see. Let's kind of get.
I forgot to bring the Moogle.
And then everybody.
It was supposed to be your
The
synthesis
principal
audio.
part of the current moment, at least now. Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, or Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland, Belle, Kyrie, Jasmine, Snow White, and what's that one?
Aurora.
It's
Yeah.
false. Alice is not really a princess.
Who?
Alice.
And they're just like, well, Ariel, we don't want to get her little bin butt over here. So we're like, yeah, leave you there. Leave it there. She's not bothered, but
It's like, I guess you were.
Maybe she's the secret daughter of the Queen of Hearts.
That would be freaky.
But okay, so those are the lovely Princess of Heart. They didn't really change in between the things. And there's lovely Nicky! He's friendly new character introduced into the
Dewdrop Distance.
Yeah, in the new game that's coming out, the World of
Kingdom
No,
Hearts
Kingdom
Dewdrop
Hearts.
Distance.
Yeah, Dream Dot Distance. They have new characters, obviously new enemies, new ways to fight, new characters. One of the new characters will be Neku Sakuraba. And he's like awesomely cool because he's like in this game called The World Ends With You that the creator of Kingdom Hearts also helped make. So he's like, let's snatch this guy. He's awesome. Throw you in here. He's just like, yeah. We'll have to show that a little later. But
I want that
pretty
game.
much awesomely cool.
World
I
Ends
liked
With
it. I've
No,
played the game,
Dream Drop
but The World Ends
Distance.
With You
Yes,
again.
it was supposed to come out when the
I
3DS
watched
came
it.
out,
It's a
and it
really fun
didn't.
game.
It was very sad.
Yeah. If you like it and like kids having to nearly die all the time,
Well,
I like it.
Oh crap, I can't speak.
He's dead the whole time? You spoiled it! Oh, I should figure that out.
It's kind of like the Sixth Sense column.
Okay. So, the enemies of lovely Kingdom Hearts. We had the Inverse, which was in the beginning with the Birth by Sleep. So that was like if you have to go like in a chronological order of the storyline, that was like the first enemies you kind of have to fight as their little symbol thing. It's actually black, but you obviously could see it on a black background. They made it nice and red, so it looks all like, I thought about doing it blue, but I was like, no, I'll do it red. But yeah, so you have the Inverse. Crazy little things. If you think of a rabbit on threads or something like that, there's always you're like, what? And I'm like, what? Aww. It's really cute. I say like I look at it. That's particularly like the generic one or the Flood, and it's just really cute, and it just sits there, and it looks like a little like blue bunny that's having a seizure or something like that. It's really amazing.
That I help it.
I would sit there and watch how cute it was. You can't stop spazzing at a rabbit. But okay, next of course we have the lovely Heartless. Woohoo! I'll have to tell you later, but I just thought I should do that. But of course the lovely Heartless, the main kind of enemy in a thing. This would be a little shadow, little yellow eyeballs and everything. Huh?
Oh yeah, those don't go hot. Shadows are.
Oh yeah, the shadows, like I just, put the starter off out of Heartless or whatever. That's their lovely little symbol, lovely heart. Ironically. Let's see. Nobody! You don't really care about the nobodies. Nobodies don't matter because they are nobodies.
We were fighting while you were trapped in a glass apricot.
Hey! You put me in a glass apricot loading a nobody's did, so I am this. Yeah, so. But yeah, and this is the desk, or that's their little symbol thing, they have them all on them. The little desk that I just really like this, I saw this little picture where he's pretty much like this. Like the whole time. I was like, what the F? But I love the desks. The desks are really funny. They have like really, really weird movies, and they dance.
They remind me of Cirque du Soleil.
I haven't got the, oh, yeah I do. Organization 13 are
You were outnumbered.
What?
I know, right? I was outnumbered. But I need who doesn't like themselves some lovely.
Organization 13.
Nobody's lead. I'd like to see who can not randomly, raise your hand if you can name all 13 nobodies in order.
Oh, not
Order.
In order. Let me just be sure. Let me be sure. Wait, I have to make sure. Because I probably can, but I always gotta make sure because.
I can't name them all at all. Let alone in early.
Hold on. Chuck, what they gonna say? Okay, go ahead. She's just like this.
Yeah, that's
What he was like before he was nobody?
Marcine and me.
Yes.
Hey, you gotta keep going.
There you
I think she really doesn't, but she was there. She was in the jacket. She was just rocking it, and
But she's like the nobody of the nobody, so what does that mean?
I know. She's so
What is she, like dark matter after that? You can't
Hey,
get her.
Mom. I'm
That's
gonna
annoying.
Well, okay. Wait. I'll text you.
Oh man.
This is my mommy. She's like, oh, we're here. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh my
Like,
god.
what do you want us to do? I'm like, I don't know. But okay, yeah, that's all the organization members. There is like one other secret one. He really isn't an organization member, but he is a nobody. Do you know who he is?
Earhart?
What?
Earhart?
Tara.
Oh wait.
I wonder if I have him up here.
Does anyone know?
I don't know. Yeah, I know, right? He actually is. Will be renounced a little bit later, but he is unknown. You know that one guy that hasn't had a name, that's been there, and is actually a character, but doesn't have a name, and nobody knows who the heck he is? Yeah, that guy. There's a guy. Okay, there is a nobody. Let's put it this way, because you don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but I can see this guy. There's a guy that is there, and he fights, and he has a story, but nobody knows who he is. He has yet to be released, but he is important. But we just call him unknown. Nobody. That one guy in the hood. I'll get a picture of him. But, yeah, the hooded guy. The one that turns out not to be anybody. Okay.
That one guy in the hood?
Yeah. I know, right?
on everyone. Which falls.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, we really don't know who that guy is.
Nope. Okay, next enemies of the thing, real quick, would be the bug block. If anybody's playing Kingdom Hearts Decoded for the DS, you know who those guys are.
Yeah.
They're basically blocks.
They're virus-tainted blocks.
They're viruses, they're bugs, and spoiler, Jiminy Cricket, like after the Kingdom Hearts.
Sorry, I just noticed that I'm like,
Oh yeah.
anyway.
What's it called? After Kingdom Hearts 2, Jiminy Cricket shows up with this like little small journal, like, hey, somebody read my journal, and we're like, oh really? Let's check this thing out. It was like journal this big. Oh my God, somebody wrote it perfectly, didn't mess up. I'm like, yeah, all right. But pretty much they have to go inside, or they get sucked inside the journal and trying to find it out, and everything's all like digitized, Sora's digitized, the enemies, Riku, Nominate, pretty much all digitized except for like Peach gets in there with like, what's her face? What is her face? Big freaking flag president. Maleficent. There you go. I was like,
I was saying Madeline and Evil.
Okay, so like I said, it's pretty much you have like the bad block, or the standard block, and that's just a lovely, super, ultra cool prize block. So. Oh yeah, that's the unknown guy. It's kind of like, who is unknown? If anybody could like do that. But okay, a lot of keyblades. A lot of keyblades.
Keyblades.
Show the keyblades, guys. I gotta do this now.
It's the king.
Here, show them your keyblade. And I'll
Woo!
Yeah.
Keyblade power.
There's so many keyblades. But yeah, there's so many keyblades. So many energies. Where's she going? I don't know. There's Kyrie's keyblade. And let's see, let me snatch somebody. Somebody volunteer, quick. Who knows about keyblades? Who knows that keyblade? Is it like a star? Which one? Yeah, that's Kyrie. I was gonna see if anybody could like photograph its keyblades, which obviously that's the one who was the king. That's the king keyblade. Yeah, it's kind of hard, you guys. That's the ultimate weapon. Which one, right? This one. Dude, this is pretty much vintage and Benito's switch. But okay, let me see. That's Riku's like so small. I know, it's really small. My keyblade is bigger than Riku's. That would be the
Or somebody they can draw it to scale.
Okay. Let's get a little bit into this real quick.
He was talking
We
about
have
the Soul
connections.
Eater.
Pretty much
the Soul Eater.
everybody in a way is connected to Sora somehow.
And the trio. There's
The
always
trio. There's always a trio, because in everything there's always got to be a trio that's related to
And
another
every
trio.
trio is
of a
related to
trio.
Sora, which is
Yes.
related to Ventus.
No, Ventus. Okay.
Ventus
we
is
obviously
Roxas in
started off
Sora's
with
mind.
Ventus. Huh? What?
This is Roxas in Sora's mind, is what our Sora said.
Yes.
Gotcha. It's true. It started off with Ventus, Aqua, and Terra. They are original Keyblade wielders. And they're just like, alright, have some craziness. Have to mess up with some crazy psycho old people that just can't, go into retirement, call it a day. They're just like, no, I gotta take on the world, I gotta fuse two boys together to get a full Keyblade. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so you you get this kid, split them apart to two different kids. Then you put them you want to put them back together to get a Keyblade? Yeah, and nobody thought this was crazy. Like, hey.
Yeah, just let him live his life.
He just bring this kid to this place like, hey guys, I found this kid, he doesn't talk, he doesn't know anything. Here, fish. That's Erica's babysit. Bye. By the way, I'm gonna need him later. Come back when it's still your so-called son and F up your daughter. I got my little hidden child in the darkness, my side kid, and I just gotta make it happen.
But we're cool.
Yeah, I know, we're cool. And then he's like, I didn't really kill you, I had somebody else kill you. Oh, yeah. So technically they're all cool. But, yeah. But you have the three, and out of the three, like the trio, Aqua's probably the only one that actually can do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a title, I got a Keyblade, I got this whoosh ball of protection.
A little bubble.
Yeah, she has bubbles. I like using her bubbles. She's like, bubbles. I'm like,
I think she's also the only one that didn't reach a bad end by the end of that game.
yeah, she didn't. I mean, Kyrie just got kidnapped.
Yeah, well, at least she's not stuck in people's minds like the other two.
But, and of course, Terra just kind of got mind rage, body stolen.
It's like anger management.
That's kind of weird. We're gonna get to Benito, don't worry. I just think he's Yeah. That's like a nice slide. Yes, this whole mind thing. Okay, so of course we have those three. It kind of started off with those three. This was 10 years. Birth by Sleep took about 10 years before the actual Kingdom Hearts storyline. And then, what's it called?
358 Days Over 2.
358 yes.
Oh, that was after that. Or, that was in
It was
Okay.
during
So, yeah.
Castle
No.
of Oblivion.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
No.
I have a little thing.
Birth by Sleep comes first, then Kingdom Hearts 1, and then
Chain.
358 over 2 days,
Oh yeah, those are
and
just-
then Chain of Memories.
Chain of Memories is actually happening at about the same time.
Yeah,
as 358 Days
it's
Over
the same. And then Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay.
No, actually, Chain of Memories and the first part is
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So you're gonna play Birth by
are
Sleep?
happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so this won't spoil some of you that haven't played and are planning to play it, so I don't know.
I've read the manga.
Yeah, let's just.
Let's do a little no, I'm going back to that in a second, don't worry. But okay, the general timeline, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep happens. That's pretty much like the main story. And then that, of course, ends. Then about 10 years later, after the whole little events and everything that happened in Birth by Sleep, you're going to have Kingdom Hearts starting. So it's like, ooh, Kingdom Hearts. All the crazy events that happen in Kingdom Hearts. And then after that, it's like, what's it called? That pretty much, begins. And you have both 358 days over 2. That starts kind of like in the in-between. Yeah, it kind of in between at the end of Kingdom Hearts and, it's kind of like put in there. And then Kingdom Hearts obviously ends. And then, of course, Chain of Memories happens. So these two things are happening about the same time, but, in a really interesting way. Then all of that ends, except for, all of that ends. Because then Kingdom Hearts 2 starts! Woohoo! And that's when its story starts. Its story starts, and then you have kind of like recoded, you kind of have like recoded right at the end of Kingdom Hearts, and then of course Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep kind of ends in a way, like you say, okay, well now we understand what we need to do. Let's actually go on forward to the story, not go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, new game. Yeah. And Kingdom Hearts was just like, okay, we're gonna have the regular game, and then we're gonna have a little advance game. Like, okay, I can see this. Then we're gonna get more games, and then we're gonna go back in time. Then back in time again, or do the 4, and then back in time, and then we're gonna keep on the line. I'm like, that's what just went. And I think it's actually kind of cool how it just has this, it goes back and forth, and you're like, okay, and then you get the backstory, and you're like, huh, and then another story, and you're like, huh, and then now you put all the little pieces together, and you're like, yay! I will complete it! Now we're gonna find reasons why.
The puzzle is not completed.
Not yet, anyway.
Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to come out.
It will never be complete.
Yeah. Because it just like messes you up a lot. And then now, of course, we're ready to continue on like the story about that.
Like you have all the pieces and you just put them together. You're like, no, that's over there. That's the corner piece.
Hold on, keep it up. Yours. Yes. Okay. Now you want to talk about Into the Vanitas. Into the Vanitas. You really interesting story. Hi guys.
I'm not sure if you all noticed, but
okay, and you guys all
Ventus
noticed.
looks like Roxas and
Vanitas looks like Sora. There's a reason for this.
Remember we took his helmet off and I was just like, I can't play this.
Like, okay, he was like, okay, I'm
Can't
like
do it.
reading this, and then they're like, somebody's like, hey, you're gonna be, your mind's gonna get blown. I'm like, okay, how? Like, because, what's his name? Vanitas looks like somebody you know, and I'm like, really?
For real.
I'm like sitting here like, really? Let's see. He looks like Riku? No. And then he's like, oh, like, oh snap! What the hell is going on here?
Stop the presses.
I know, stop. Okay. Because everybody's looking at this, they're like, is that, oh yeah, this little rock. He's like, no, that's Ventus. Like, oh, okay. But pretty
He
much,
has like half Sora outfit, half Roxas outfit.
and he sounds really funny. Because it's randomly in the game where he's just pretty much, it sounds like he was like high at the moment when, if anybody played the game, that part where he rescues Ginso from the, what's it called? Ginso from the Embers in the little Radiant Garden, and then Evan pretty much the somebodies to the nobodies of Zexion and Vexen. He goes like, oh my god, thank you for saving this little kid, he doesn't have any merit. So Ginso, pretty much somebody of Zexion, does not speak throughout the whole game. Just never says a word, doesn't make even a sound, he's just chilling. Just chilling.
But he does eat ice cream.
Yeah, he does eat the ice cream. He's sitting there doing it. He doesn't even have a sound for eating ice cream, he's just silent.
Exactly.
Come on, I'm like looking through it and they're just doing all the time.
He just
Like,
likes it all the time.
they're just like, yeah, Zexion or Ginso, no voice actor. Like, what the heck? And they're like, yeah, because he doesn't say anything. It's really weird. But yeah, he's just kind of sitting there chilling and
He's
he's
just
like,
like a baby.
I know, right?
Just walking around some.
Just like, yeah, like he told me, hey, run. He's just like this, okay. Turn around slowly. Like, he said run, and you go
Yeah,
like,
he
oh,
says
wow.
he's
He's
dying
like,
and scared guys.
whatever, no big deal. So of course he gets saved, and of course at that time, Ventus is looking for Terra, and he goes like, he pretty much goes up to it. It sounds like he was high, because he's like, I'm looking for a friend. Cause he's like, he's a big guy, kind of big as you, but he's kind of wearing clothes like me. Clothes like me, kind of look like you. You see him? like you. Kind of looks like me. Or, you know, like, you sound a little high there. And then he's like, oh yeah, I did see something like
Yeah,
that.
it's like the worst eyewitness ever.
I know, right? You're like, yeah, he's kind of like that, like this. Kind of looked like me. You know, but it wasn't me, of course. But I just thought that was just really crazy. But pretty much, with the whole Ventus Veneta thing, Ventus came first before Roxas. So hi, your faces for all the Roxases.
Yeah.
But pretty much, Ventus was like Ventus, and then he split kind of with,
If you notice it,
due to
Roxas.
Xehanort being stupid, messing with little boys. It's like, okay, we're going to have the light side and the dark side. We're going to put them in two different things. And at the time, what's his face? Venetus did not have a face, really. He was kind of like there. And the body was, you know. You have Ventus. But then, of course, Ventus has a connection with Sora somehow.
Yeah, there's some part whenever his heart's missing, like that part that's in Benita or something.
Well, like, before there's, like, he goes to, like, what's it called? He goes to the Destiny Islands and kind of like.
Remember he's all like dead and stuff, and then after Sora's like, I'll fill your heart.
I know, right? He's just
And I
like,
was just
yeah.
like, what? What does this 4-year-old boy know about anything?
Oh, no. This is what happened with it. So of course, this 4-year-old boy is now nice and innocent, looking all sweet and everything, and then he's got his friend Riku.
How did Ventus see that he really didn't have a face? Oh, really didn't
Oh,
have
like
a
how
face?
did he get the face afterwards?
I mean, how did he eat before he had a face?
He was in darkness. He just goes. He just sucks it through his hands like. Are you hungry? Like he's just like a little. He's just like a little rabbit, flung, unversed. He's like, hey there, hey there. Like, hey. And he's like,
It's like, really? I thought he fed off of like Coach Happiness and Dreams.
oh yeah, no, he ate those bunnies.
You had those?
He ate those bunnies, poor little bunnies, but pretty much. Okay, anyhow, so pretty much what happened with that, he made a connection with Sora, and of course, Benita still kind of feeds off of Ventus, so he just kind of got that look. He's like, ooh, pretty big. So he kind of got that darker look of Sora, which is very crazy. Then at the end, after they kind of fuse in a way.
I think it's Ventus's soul that goes.
Yeah, Ventus's like heart, soul thing, and like, I'm lost from my body, it's right there, and I can see this, I'm looking at it, I can't go to it. So I'm gonna go back to the island, go find that little kid. And then he's sitting here, and of course Sora's like, oh man, sad face, somebody feeding me. And then Riku's just like, do it, man, just do it. Like, this little 5-year-old, like, he knows what's going on, but he's just like, do it, Sora, just let it happen. So, of course, you know, Sora's like, okay, I'll do it. Let's help this guy. Yay! Hey, you can share my heart with me. He's like, okay. Will you? He's like, will you? And he's just like, oh, so did it work? Yeah, you know, right here. Me and
So
Vincent.
apparently I was your neighbor.
So then, of course,
Yeah.
yeah, bros for life. So he kind of just like when he sleeps, he just talks to this random guy. He's like, oh yeah, we're just, you know, yeah, my friend Vince is like, who's that? I don't know. Oh, okay, he's like this guy in my head. He's really cool. Like me. Yeah, he kind of looks like me, but doesn't, huh?
Somehow this completely explains how Ventus turned into Roxas. Being inside this person's head, with all the candy canes and the fluffiness, the emo had to happen.
It did happen. Like, pretty much when y'all know Sora became heartless at one point.
And whenever he split from his heart,
He
the
went,
body
whoa!
came
It was like this.
So I think that was whenever Ventus came out of him.
Yeah, Ventus pretty
That little
much.
bit of him.
Yeah, a little bit of him pretty much went into that particular.
Which is probably why Roxas had like those feelings, legitimacy and whatnot.
Oh, no, he was just special.
Yeah.
They were like,
"No,
you reading
Roxas,
this book?
you do have a heart.
He's like, I'm reading this book. Oh, so this one was like knowledge. So he goes into like the nobody. You're like, hey guys, you know, I love all of you. Like, what the heck is wrong with you? And you're like, don't you feel the love? Like, really? Really?
I know, they're like Hannah, dude.
All right, man. You just go have your feelings in that corner. You know? And they're like, okay, we need to do something about Roxas. He's getting feelings and acting like, ooh, I got feelings too. He's like, you really have no, I don't have feelings. I only have feelings for Sora. No, he only has feelings for what's it called? Roxas. Because he even says it in his dying moment. He's like, I just wanted to see her. actually really didn't like him. And I'm just like, there it is. There it is. Confession. Confession.
Did anyone else have like that silent tear when Axel died? You're just playing like.
I was just like, wow. That's like, he's not dead. He's not. I love how he's like, oh, you can say sorry to Kyrie, or I'm sorry what I did to Kyrie. Cough, cough, cough. What did you do? Wait, you can tell her yourself, but I want to be there too, because I know what the heck happened. I was like, what did you do?
That had him, and that was really creepy. Axel was just like, little girl, on the beach.
But pretty much that's kind of what happens. If you really had to take it, is that since Ventus was kind of like, you know, the good side, and Phineas was the bad side, that's why Ventus kind of went to Roxas in a way and helped get Roxas's look, and then of course, you know, Vanitas, when Sora does turn heartless, they have like a regular shadow thing. I mean, that would, you could say that would be Vanitas, his craziness. But yeah, let's see what else I got. The random 13 stuff. Random 13 stuff. Pretty much 13 happens a lot in Kingdom Hearts. It was really random. There's all this. Like, let's see. Organization 13. Cough. Riku's limit succession includes an ability named 13 Blades. There are 13 letters in Kingdom Hearts. The ability that Sora used in the first Kingdom Hearts, Ars Acrum, consists of 13 attacks. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, not counting the additional matches in Final Mix. Yeah, Final Mix and Final Mix 2 are the Japanese related games, and so is the regular Kingdom Hearts Coded. Those are strictly Japanese games. Like
Yeah, that's like the one grudge I hold against Japanese people.
I know, right? They're just like, hey,
You made
we're
my
not
Final
doing
Mix
this.
for me? What? Why?
I know, right? Let's see.
They loved us.
Still play it.
There's 13 matches, Mirage Arena matches in Birth by Sleep. What else? The sum of the letters in the name Sora, Riku, and Kairi is 13. So it's Roxas, Sora, and Xion, and Roxas, Axel, and Xion. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of 13s just in here. You put the letters light and darkness, you get 13. There are 13 letters at the end of the world. Okay.
I just want to know who figures out all this stuff.
He's just like 13. Oh.
Oh God.
I know, right? Ian? You still got like a couple more minutes, but what was it? What was the other thing that randomly happened? Oh yeah, sea salt ice cream. It's actually really good.
It is.
It really is. It's a real ice cream. Okay, compared to the Papu fruit, which is pretty much you break it in, like you share it with somebody, your futures are forever entwined together no matter what.
Kind of creepy.
Like kind of like the unofficial marriage kind of
Yeah.
thing. You can't avoid this. You can't just say I want a divorce.
It's kind of like a Ouija board. Once you have it, you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, you just can't get rid of it. But I like, you know,
It's like,
you
get out of
really
my life, Papu fruit.
No. But it's like Papu fruit really don't exist. Sorry guys, if you're just like one of those.
But there is such a thing called a star fruit, which is probably based, like, Papu fruit's probably based off. So
Yeah. So if you know, you could probably
get out there
try
and
it.
get some imported star fruit.
But sea salt ice cream is true, or is true. It is real. You can make this. I tried making this. It was actually, it came out okay. And then it didn't come out okay. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make some cookies. And then I was like, well, I have the sea salt. Yeah, I made sea salt cinnamon cookies. And I tell you, these things were awesome. So, I know, right? I almost killed my roommate for that. So, one of my roommates say about the con, I didn't know she was allergic to cinnamon and that she didn't have salt. And I gave her this cookie. I'm like, here, have it. She's like, no, it tastes really good. Oh my god, this is cinnamon. I'm like, yeah. You know, like cinnamon? I'm allergic to cinnamon. Oh, crap. Here, have some sea salt. She's like, how much salt is in it? I'm like, a lot. She's like, I can't have that. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, why, are you gonna die? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I almost killed you in 5 minutes. I'm a bad person. This is the end.